Hey everybody, and welcome back to Pixel Junkies.
Hey there. No one knows what you're laughing at, Adam. That guy's Adam.
Oh yes.
How's it going?
This is Pixel Junkies podcast episode 172. I'm one of your hosts, Adam.
Hey, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Aaron.
And this week we will be looking at a roundup of the weekly nerd and geek news that was making its way across the nerdosphere, as I like to call
Jesus
it.
Christ,
While we
Adam.
check out two of the new expansions for Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, specifically the Anal Lube expansion, otherwise known as After Hours, which brings nightclubs, player-owned nightclubs into the game, as well as there's a Red Dead Redemption 2 update.
Yeah, they added a new Red Dead weapon.
There's a tomahawk.
Yep. There's a tomahawk
Jesus
now.
Christ.
There's a tomahawk available.
Yep.
Ponsby.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So we're talking about stuff. What's first on the docket?
Hey.
Probably GTA, I guess.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah?
Do you like superheroes?
Yeah.
Here looks
Do you like
dark in the mirror.
supervillains?
Yeah.
What would you classify the
It's like that Fight Club
classical Spider-Man villain as?
I
A
feel
superhero or a villain?
I feel like you're already kind of leading.
Yeah, I know.
Leading.
I
the
realized
answer.
what was happening halfway through.
I would.
I don't know if I would call him a villain, though.
He's a villain when he first premieres, but he's kind of flip-flop between hero, villain, and anti-villain. Quite a lot, or anti-hero, rather. An anti-hero, depending on who's writing him. So, like, for example, when Brian Michael Bendis was writing him, he was definitely more of a hero, but during his, like, Lethal Predator days, he was definitely either an anti-villain or an anti-hero, depending on how you look at that.
Yeah.
Well, more of an anti-hero, really. An anti-villain is different, but...
What is an anti-villain?
So an anti-hero is a hero who does villainous things for the greater good. So, like, the Punisher kills people, which is a villainous thing, but he only kills bad guys. An anti-villain is a villain who does good things. So
For bad reasons?
at least that's the way I look at it. So it would be like if
Yeah,
a
that makes
villain
sense.
were to create like an orphanage, and it'd be like, oh sweet, but he's using that as a means of deflecting away from like something else.
It's like he rapes, but he saves, sort of thing.
I wouldn't go with rape.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would go with like.
I don't even know if I would go with your example, Adam. I think it's like they end up kind of reluctantly doing good deeds for other reasons.
Yeah.
Rather than making an orphanage for devious intent.
Yeah, you know, that's
Brutally
probably
execute 37 orphans to save 39,
better. Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess it would be more like yeah. Aaron's actually closer, where it's more like at the end of the Justice League cartoon that came out in like the early 2000s, Lex Luthor and the other major villains had to team up with like Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman in them to help defeat Darkseid. So that would be an example of that if that was like a longer lasting thing. So if like Darth Vader had to team up with Luke to like beat up some dudes. Which would be
Yeah, I think like Ant-Man in a way is an anti-hero. Like less so
Ant-Man?
now, but like he would like rob people and stuff.
Certainly at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like, yeah, to a certain extent. But like anti-heroes are now you can obviously have anti-heroes that are very lighthearted, but most anti-heroes tend to be very dark and dour. Spawn and the Punisher being like the primary examples, and even Wolverine.
Yeah.
Again, depending
Wolverine
on who's
is
writing
definitely
him.
more anti-hero.
Well, it depends on who's writing him.
Well, I mean like the movies.
Oh yes, yeah.
I would say Wolverine is more hero than anti-hero, really. The
And
way
he-
he comes off more often than not.
What's the point of this?
Oh, there's a
Oh yeah, there's a Venom trailer.
I would classify this trailer as if it was some sort of turd rolling down the road, blowing in the wind or whatever.
Oh, are you making reference to a line he says? in the
I
trailer?
am. I didn't.
Oh.
I think that comes from a comic book, directly from a comic.
Yeah, like big shock. Some stuff from comics is stupid.
I was gonna
Maybe don't include it.
I was gonna say like there's a scene in the trailer where Venom is talking to a guy, and I would have just been like, "What?" Because he's really difficult to understand. Like in the there's that kind of voice he talks
Welcome
like
to
this.
another movie where Tom Hardy is hard to understand.
Yeah.
First. Well, who does the Venom voice?
It's Tom Hardy, but it's like heavily
Is it?
synthesized.
Oh.
At first I thought that was Lance Riddick.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, it almost sounds like he's David.
Who's Lance Riddick?
He's the
Reddick, not
Reddick.
Riddick.
Sorry, he plays. Did you ever watch Fringe?
No.
He was in Dollhouse. He was John Wick. He was the guy at the hotel.
Yeah, he was the guy, like the concierge dude.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Okay.
He has a really like distinctive low register.
He kind of sounds like Heath David as well. Except a bit more
From my
sharp.
perspective, we can do whatever we want.
All right, Dr. Claw, chill out.
That's what it's gonna sound like the whole movie.
Oh my God, Dr. Claw is Venom.
Be the stupidest fucking twist.
That'd be sweet.
It was me the whole time.
He goes to take off, like the symbiote goes away, but he has to sit down in a chair and like turn around so you only see back end. Did you ever see like they ruined that in with the figures for that show because there was a Dr. Claw figure.
Yeah.
That if you
No,
bought,
that's what Venom wants you to think.
Oh, okay.
It should have been.
Are these all your cars?
Not all of them, some of them, yeah.
That figure
Jesus
should have
Christ,
been on a gyro.
Bought a lot of cars.
That figure should have been on a gyro, so you could never turn it around. It would always turn away from you. Yeah. So you
Like
can never see
automatically
his
like
face.
detect your face
Yeah.
and turn around.
Yeah.
What car should we take out for the Red Dead stuff, boys?
That muscle car there.
Yeah. What's
The
most
night-
like a horse?
The night. What is it? The Nightshade?
You got to dress up as
The
a
muscle
cowgirl
car.
as well.
Yeah, whatever this is.
This one,
Yeah,
the GT500.
yeah. It's a muscle car. It's
I
like
guess it's like I guess it's a mix between a BMW 507 and a Ferrari Berlinetta Lusso.
well, then take something else then, or buy a Mustang.
Is cowgirl an appropriate
Cow person.
term for a female cowboy?
They prefer cow pocket.
Oh.
So seeing as we're doing this now, I guess we'll brush it off now. That was all the nightclub stuff. It's more or less what they've added. There's new ways to make money and stuff.
You can dance.
Do
If you
I?
wanna.
Do I?
You can dance if you want to.
Oh yeah, you can dance.
You can leave your friend.
But earlier today, they added the second Red Dead thing. So Mod sent me a text about bounty hunting. So you can go around and kill some people, I guess, and
No disintegration.
get a tomahawk. So there's our first target.
Yeah.
Gotta
So
find them.
back to the Venom trailer. We got to see a lot more of the actual Venom design. In
Yeah,
this
it looks
movie.
alright.
It looks really
We
good.
saw some other symbiotes as well.
Yeah, so there appears to be two others. The main villain, who's like the evil like company CEO person again. We'll call him Bex Boother. So Bex Boother is he appears to at some point gain control of a symbiote.
Symbiote.
And at some point in the movie, it looks like an Asian woman also gains control of a symbiote, and I wonder if she's going to become Shrieker, who I think is the only female symbiote. Fuck. I have a theory. This movie, the final after credit scene of this movie is going to show.
I wonder if it'll have
Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah. And it's going to show so the villain's symbiote is going to be destroyed and by Eddie Brock at the end of this film, and then it's going to be like the nightmare is over, and then it cuts to like the symbiote.
They don't say that.
The symbiote heading towards
nightmare
Cletus
is
Cassidy,
over.
who plays Carnage, of course, who is definitely one of the more interesting Spider-Man villains.
Yeah. It's
So-
a shame that none of these characters exist in the Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
So Bodhi Rook is Carnage. Is that what you're saying?
No, but I
Oh.
think his symbiote will eventually lead to Carnage.
That'd be cool.
That's gonna be same.
Except
symbiote.
dumb because Sony's doing it.
Yeah.
I used to have an action figure of a symbiote with like tentacles coming out of his back. He was
Yeah.
like greenish. Do you know which one that was?
That's green
There's
and-
been a couple of there was like a symbiote squad. God fucking them. There was a symbiote squad that kind of premiered in one of the comics.
Yeah, he was from that.
Yeah,
Is that
I
what
can't
they were
remember his name. They
called?
had a bunch of it was like they all had like really
Symbiote
90s edgelord
squad.
names like
Slash.
Slash and like Death Guys and stuff like that.
It's death.
Death Guy.
Guys.
Oh man,
Oh,
my favorite,
guys. Okay.
my favorite villain, Death Guy.
Guys.
Whatever.
Guise.
My favorite villains.
Death Guise.
I can't wait
as
for Bodhi Rook to
proper
kill Death Guys.
pronunciation would be.
Whatever.
I had a really cool set of figures. They were like a water set from the. Do you remember the Spider-Man '90s cartoon? They were like specifically like action figures that were like aquatic themed. You can put them in the bath and they floated.
Yeah,
and,
I think I remember those.
And
one
of the
Waterman?
symbiotes, I don't know what it was, but it was like a Venom. But his entire right arm was like a Venom head that it could like grab people and crush them with. I'm like, this is a really cool design. It was like if Venom like tangled it up with Swamp Thing. Honestly, it was really cool. So yeah, the trailer looks okay. A lot of the lines in it. I mean, trailers nowadays are so hard to judge because sometimes they're really good and the movie sucks, and sometimes they're really bad and the movie's great. But this was a particularly bad trailer. A lot of really like generic like. The main villain like starts off the trailer by saying something to the effect of, "The world is on the brink of chaos, and only the strongest men can lead it, and that's why I created this symbiote thing."
Oh, someone created it?
Yeah. So this is doing like the
I didn't pay
Ultimate
attention to the
Spider-Man
trailer,
origin
apparently.
for the Venom suit, where, fun fact, in Ultimate Spider-Man, the original Venom symbiote wasn't an alien, but rather a cure for cancer that they fucked up tremendously. I don't even know how that's possible. So I think that's probably the route they're going for, more man-made creature than alien. Because I feel like alien brings too many like variables into the whole thing that the movie-going audience is not going to enjoy.
Wait, did you say the original symbiote in the comics?
In the Ultimate Universe.
Oh, in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah. So that's what I suspect that's what's going on.
Because original Venom was part of that the Secret Wars, right?
Yeah. No, the original Venom in the
It
original
was an
comics,
alien life form.
Yeah.
That
And it's
Spider-Man
always been
gets.
an alien life form, but they changed it for the Ultimates to
Yeah.
make it a bit more streamlined.
Although in the '90s
Stupid.
show, it wasn't part of any Secret Wars. It was
No, it came from an asteroid.
Yeah.
Which I think is a bit... That's how it was in the Sam Raimi movies as well. It came in like an asteroid hit. And
yeah.
but which is honestly...
Oh.
Not that I have a problem with the original Secret Wars comics, but it's a bit like involved. So the asteroid thing is a much better way of getting like just an alien thing onto the planet.
Getting it involved in Spider-Man without having 40 other franchises
Yeah.
take place.
I
don't know much about Secret Wars, but it was like a big event.
It was Marvel's first big,
Yeah.
super big crossover. It was like their answer. It came out a couple years or a year or so after Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was the big DC one. Arguably the first ever major crossover event in comics history, although that is debatable. Yeah. And that was Marvel's kind of answer to it. Certainly a very interesting story, but that's neither here nor there. Tom Hardy seems to be doing a good enough job, but I'm worried about the rest of the supporting cast, particularly the villain. He looks like Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, except not nearly as interesting because it's not being played by an out-of-his-mind Jesse Eisenberg. The CGI in places looks kind of crap.
Yeah.
But that could just be because they haven't finished post-production yet. Because I thought the same thing about the first Jurassic World movie, where a lot was changed between the first trailer and the actual finished product, and the CGI ended up getting much more tolerable.
Yeah.
Do you not have everything unlocked?
No, I have the second versions of some weapons, so I can't.
Okay.
I'm gonna just call in my mark. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Not gonna call in your Osprey?
I could. I can't now. Well, I guess I could. Whatever. It don't matter.
I'm worried the end fight is, and I know it's going to be. It's just going to be
Like a big
a
mass.
CGI fest of two dark symbiotes, and you're not going to be able
It's
to
gonna
tell
be a
what's
beam
going
Yeah.
battle of symbiote juice or
on.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, like you know how like Hollywood movies seem to have a very like a lot of them seem to have a very similar aesthetic when it comes to like creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
Where like a lot of like monsters in films now are like goo type creatures. I'm afraid that, and that's what the symbiote is, like obviously. But like I'm afraid that that's all that this movie is going to have the final fight be. It's just like a big goo fight. It's just like, like Live, Die, Repeat, or Day After Tomorrow, whatever they ended up calling that fucking film. The Day Before Yesterday, whatever the fuck. They ended up.
Why can't I use this here?
That ended up being a much. The monsters in that were just very generic, kind of like we're alien creatures made up of a bunch of little tiny individual pieces, just like Transformers 4, which was worthless. And I don't know, it was just.
Hey, they were made up of transformium.
So what were the remember in the other? I think it was like the second one. There were like those bead transformers that went down like a little pipe and reformed.
Yep.
Was that the same thing?
No, that's a completely different thing.
So that's like transbolium or something.
Yes.
All right.
This is bigger inside than it is outside.
Oh, massively, yeah.
Yeah, so overall, I guess the trailer was just okay. Venom looks great. A lot of the dialogue looks stupid, so par for the course for kind of, superhero movies nowadays.
Yeah.
I think, if I had to guess, I would say we're getting to the upper tolerance range of the general audience's tolerance of superhero films, because I'm hearing a lot of talk now of people. Remember, like, back in 2014 when people were like, I will never tire of superhero movies? People are now starting to tire of superhero movies. I really think that the general population is facing a bit of burnout. Not that I think that they should stop making superhero movies, but not like 6 per year. Maybe only... Remember when it used to be only like 1 or 2 a year? That was fine. Maybe only 1 or 2 a year, and kind of calm it down before you ruin the good thing you got going for yourself.
Yeah, we had 3 Marvel movies this year, right?
Yeah. We had...
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 4.
Did we?
Yeah, Black Panther. We had Ant-Man. We had Avengers, and we had Deadpool.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, like, actually from Marvel Studios, but you're
then,
correct.
yeah, 3. But that's a lot, Maybe just 1 a year, so we don't burn ourselves out. We don't... You know how, like, we're in the best time ever that it's ever been for geek culture? Because Dungeons and Dragons and video games and comics and superheroes and manga and all that great crap are suddenly very popular, and, like, everybody... And it's acceptable to, like that kind of stuff and cartoons and stuff. Yeah, don't ruin that. This is a good thing we got going. Please don't ruin it. Have a bit of self-restraint.
It is actively being ruined because there's a lot of money involved.
Yeah. I'm surprised 2K hasn't milked GTA for more money, like ruined GTA 5 online, because that has made more money.
Wait,
than
this isn't ruined?
No, I'm in terms of
ready
like
for that.
this could easily be made worse than it is because with loot boxes and
that's
microtransactions
fair.
up the ass and,
You're right.
like exclusives.
You're
and
right.
Stuff.
It could be a lot worse than it is.
Because GTA 5 Online has made more money than any other individual piece of medium. So obviously, like stuff like Harry Potter or Marvel
like
or
franchises
Star Wars,
have made more, but as a individual piece of content,
it's made more money than any other comic, movie, video game, TV show, which is like astounding. Like this made more money than what Disney paid for LucasArts. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure
it made
because this made like $6 billion.
It's made more than they bought Star Wars for, almost twice as much.
Yeah, which is astounding.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, apparently today, and it's not on the topic list, but I figured we could just lightly touch upon it.
We're 20 minutes in, and we've only talked about one of them, so I don't think it matters.
Yesterday or the day before for us, so it would have been Thursday for our audience. Apple became the first publicly traded company to reach $1 trillion in terms of its overall value.
Jesus Christ!
Good for you, Apple! Hooray!
GTA 5 on the way.
I really don't like Apple, and it's not. I'm not saying that because I'm not a big fan of their products. I think honestly, that some of their products are not as good as everyone thinks they are, but they're fine.
Chevy Chase.
They're fine. They're the MacBook is not I wouldn't buy one, but it serves its purpose. But I hate Apple's business. A lot of Apple's business practices.
That laptop is definitely going to shut off now.
Well,
they're listening.
It's those business practices, which is exactly why it's become the $1 trillion.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying
company.
It's not smart. Obviously, it is, but at the same, like, just because it's smart and ruthless doesn't mean like I have to agree with it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't like having to buy 14 proprietary accessories to use basic things? With your
now,
products?
to be fair, the Lightning cable technically is a more efficient means of transferring data, but compared to the micro USB, it's not all that much better. And frankly, because everything else uses micro USB, I'd just say stick with micro USB because like it's the universal standard for a fucking reason.
What's the new USB, Aaron? Is it
USB-C?
C?
The circle one?
Yeah.
Or the little oval one? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's that
the
kind
one
of
that you can't put in the wrong way.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah.
I think Apple are using that now as well, though.
Are they?
I think.
They've abandoned the Lightning cable.
I don't know if it's replaced Lightning, but I thought they were using USB-C. I don't.
It looks similar to the Lightning cable.
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows?
All right.
So, you... I'm gonna cut there.
Why?
You.
I'm leaving that in.
You.
Stop
Yes,
running.
I have seen some movies. Adam, thank you for asking. Lately I've been too tired to do anything after work except watch movies, so I have. I've seen Wonder Woman for the first time. Yesterday I watched Enemy, the Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Oh, what's that? What's that one about specifically?
It's about a guy that watches a movie and sees himself in the movie
Oh.
as an actor, and he's like, "I didn't want. That's not me." So then he tries to track himself down.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Okay.
It's really confusing. It's really good though, but it's really confusing.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
What else did I watch? Maybe those are the only things I watched.
Didn't you watched something else? You watched Ready Player One?
Oh yeah, I watched Ready Player One.
Oh my God.
Ready Player One was okay.
If you want to follow up on that statement there, bud.
It was better than okay, but it really wasn't Ready Player One in terms of.
Yeah, Andrew probably remembers the book better than I do.
Yeah, I've read the book
So.
a couple times.
Do you like the book?
I do like the book. It's not like a masterpiece of literature, but it's it's a fun read.
It actually makes me feel really, really good because honestly, like that book, I like the book fine, but it's not very well written in terms of a lot of there's a lot of like problems. It's fine.
Throwing
but it could
shade
be,
at Ernest Cline
but
over
it could
here.
be a lot better. Well, it's fine for a first novel. Like you
You
can
suck
clearly tell
cock, Ernest. Try again.
This is his first attempt at a novel, and it's a lot of. There's a lot of not mistakes, but stuff that could be made tightened up a little bit or made
Yeah.
a little bit clearer. There's little tiny things that could
Yeah,
like
totally.
and the fact that like I think honestly I think I could write something better than that makes me
Probably.
pleased because like
Yeah. I just like the
call
world.
fucking Lester.
I did. It's unavailable.
I more so like the world he crafted
Yeah.
more than like the actual writing of the book.
Did you read any of his other stuff?
I didn't know he had other
So
stuff.
he has one other book out called Armada, which I think it's a kind of a ripoff of The Last Starfighter. I
Oh.
think I'll look it up, but yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Ready Player One was a ripoff of a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the
I wouldn't be
biggest one
surprised.
being Sword Art Online, of course,
yeah.
and Digimon.
Anyway, they changed a lot in the movie, which isn't necessarily bad because I don't think the book would have worked as a movie. But I don't know. There are some things I wish they hadn't changed. Certain things happen before they should, I think, in the movie. Like he meets her way too early in the movie.
In person, yeah.
Yeah, in person they don't meet until like the end of the book.
Yeah.
And I think it's a better reveal. But in the movie, they needed to do that because they wanted her to have more to do in the story, like in the real world.
Yeah.
Like in the book, he's the one that goes to what is it?
The Oasis.
No, the headquarters. Who are the bad guys? ISI.
Let's call them. Let's make up a name.
IOI.
Apple.
Kind of.
So in the book, he's the one to go to IOI headquarters.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they wanted her to do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so that's the reason they introduced her in real life earlier in the movie.
I
That
think
was
it
honestly
makes
something
sense
that-
though.
Huh?
I kind of like that a little bit. Like it's different than the book, obviously, but I like that other characters did stuff.
Yeah, well, I think the thing is, the book is very much, it's about him, right? It's his story. The movie's more so about the Oasis itself, and it's about the love story between them, even more so than the book is. So, it does make sense that they would give her more to do in the movie.
The book was just kind of like like a masturbatory almost. Like, oh, look at this one guy who does everything. He's so cool.
Yeah, well, the book is a power fantasy for this teenager. It's like
he's a bit Gary Stu.
yes, I mean yeah,
But
Yeah.
not really because he fails.
no, and that's the thing. That's why I said a bit Gary Stu-ish. But there's not, the problem with Mary Sue and Gary Stu is that you could really say that about anybody. Like, oh, Batman's Gary Stu. Is he? Because not really, but kind of.
Yes,
but not really.
Batman's given a backstory that makes his success make sense.
Well, no, but what I mean is a lot of people attribute that
if you're talking
phrase,
about Rey in Star Wars,
I'm
she's
not
given
getting into
no
that.
backstory.
No,
and then
no,
you're expected
and
to
no,
accept her success
just fuck
as
off
a fact.
just fuck
like,
off with
hey,
that. We're not
you're
talking about
just
that.
a perfect human. Thank God.
I'm gonna
for
wait
your
until episode
existence.
9 because they might give her backstory and it might all make sense, or they might not, and then I'll agree with you.
Anyway,
JJ comes on screen and is like, "We're really sorry."
Anyway, so
We never should have done
back,
that.
Back
We're
to
so
Ready
sorry.
Player One. The thing about the thing that I really liked about the book. Well, I liked a bunch of things about the book. It's a fun novel. I enjoyed reading it certainly. One of the best parts in my mind was when he and Artemis kind of break up. Halfway through the novel, and he kind of goes into a spiraling depression where he only focuses on hunting for the Easter egg, and he ends up like becoming so isolated. That's honestly like a really good example of how people get like sucked into an obsession, and then like there's a moment where he's gonna get captured by the bad guys and taken to their headquarters to infiltrate, where he gets really afraid, not that because he's gonna get captured, but because he has to go outside, which he hasn't done in like a year or whatever. That's really effective, and I honestly kind of wanted to see the book explore that a little bit stronger.
Yeah, so the movie touches none of that.
Oh well.
Yeah, it does touch on it, but like the first bit anyway. It touches on the first bit, and it's really awkward and terrible.
Yeah. So in the book, he's supposed to be like kind of like frumpy. He's supposed to be this out of shape guy,
Like a nerd.
and when he decides to like, okay, I'm gonna get serious about taking down IOI, then he buys that treadmill thing.
Yeah.
And he starts getting in shape.
Yeah.
In this movie, he's like just perfect human right
Okay.
away.
Because I feel like that would
Because
be.
it's a movie.
I feel like that would be a really good example of like, because you could like, fucking 80s training montage.
Yeah, no, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, not really. Like there's some setup to the like alluding to that early on. It's like
on
never,
Netflix, right?
don't touch my shit again, or you're out of this house, and like that never comes up again. In fact, like the next time you see him in the real world, he's just going out and buying a bunch of his own shit.
Yeah.
Like what that did? Okay.
It all
that-
happens
sure.
really quickly.
Yeah.
That was better explained in the book, where like because he was like the first person to find the first, key. Mm-hmm. He never, he got all suddenly he was getting all these like sponsorship deals and like actual like people throwing money at him and stuff.
Yeah.
And he just like suddenly it'd be like if like one of us like suddenly became like
Really
super
famous,
famous.
yeah.
Like we would just get like a huge boost in
I mean
quiche.
that happens in the movie, but it's very abrupt.
Yeah, well, in the book, it takes a while before
Yeah.
anyone else gets the key, right? He's the only one on the board for a long while. In
Yeah.
the movie,
It's him, and then Artemis gets
Artemis.
it soon after, and then he tells H,
yeah.
and then it's just the
Is
three
it
of them.
soon after with Artemis?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I thought Artemis was like, you are right.
Yeah, because
you are
because
right. Never mind.
because the only reason that she hadn't got it up to that point is because she was terrible at joust.
Yeah.
Is Asarik in the movie, by the way? The Lich? Is the Tomb of Horrors in the movie?
No.
God
I
fucking
think
damn
there's
it.
like there's not like that section of the book, but it's like I think there's a sign or something somewhere that has that on it. Early in the
Tomb of
movie, I
Horrors?
can't remember.
Oh man, that's
It's
definitely
like,
didn't want to see a film version of Tomb of Horrors or anything.
No.
that-
When you asked before in like the last podcast we talked about it. God damn it. That's like it was kind of in it, but it was more or less just Jesus Christ, more or less alluded to than actually like
So
a
the
scene.
race you saw in the trailer,
Yeah.
that's the first challenge.
Yeah.
You just have to win a race.
Yeah.
and nobody's done
No,
that before.
it's a little bit more to it than that, but it's still equally retarded.
Because at least the first one, it was like extremely well. The first like clue was extremely well hidden.
Yeah.
Where spoiler for an almost 10-year-old book now. It's on. So it's on like the keys on the starting planet of the where no weapons or quests are supposed to take place, or the starting level. and it's completely hidden, and the only way that you're able to find it is if you like look at it from the air, which you're not able to do on this place, and that's how you find the Tomb of Horrors. I'm like, that's really clever, because like that would be like the last place people would look is on this, like, oh, it can't be here because there's nothing here to look for. It'd be like if there was a key in GTA, if the first key to this whatever was hidden in your apartment.
Yeah.
Like, you never think to look there.
So in the movie starts off with everybody already knowing where the first challenge is. It's just nobody's actually been able to finish the race yet.
Yeah,
That seems stupid. Wouldn't people like mod or hack or...
Yeah, I was going to say, people would do that too, Adam, in real life for the first key. Do you want to know how people found the planet with specific alien shit on it in Elite?
How?
Like, to scale, to put that into perspective. Out of all the billions and billions of planets in Elite that you could possibly explore, people found some of the first alien shit in the game because of how much longer it took to load that planet's instance. So, like, oh, this took an extra frame, there's probably something here. And they started exploring it and found it.
Sweet.
So, that's clever, but at the same time, that's kind of, taking the fun out of it.
Yeah, but that's how they did it. In this, it's like,
Well, when they
the corporation is dumb because they're, like, legitimately playing the game. It's like, why are you not cheating at this?
Also, like...
Why don't you
fucking
buy the
data
servers?
mining exists. Like Halliday or whatever the guy's name was,
Halliday,
who made up the Oasis wouldn't even be fucking cold in the ground.
I know.
Before somebody had the key.
you do have to kind of suspend your disbelief a little bit in terms of that, but I think it's at least attempted to be explained a little more in the book. Like you said, with the starter planet, you're not able to do certain things. Like, it's hard coded to not let you do certain things.
Yeah.
In the movie, like, not only is none of that explained, but like they've known exactly where the key is for like 5 years.
It's just nobody's found it.
Nobody's actually been able to finish the race yet.
Oh.
See, what I don't get, like, I don't know what the limitations are in the Oasis because they never explain it. Couldn't you just, like, get to the end of that race area, get out of your car, and just walk over to the finish line?
Yeah,
Like, why do you need to jump over a ramp? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, Halliday, of all the stuff that Halliday was into, racing didn't seem to be one of them.
That's another thing.
Well,
All the
they had to-
challenges in the book.
To make it exciting for the movie, I guess.
Yes, that's the reason.
Fucking Tomb of Horrors is exciting.
But nobody knows what Tomb of Horrors is.
The three. Well, you could just
Everybody
have, like,
knows what King Kong is.
Generic Dungeons and Dragons thing, and everyone knows what Dungeons and Dragons is. You could have it be Tomb of Horrors, and just everyone like, oh yeah, fucking nerd shit right here. But like, because like the challenges in the first three the challenges in the books are, the first one is you got to get through Tomb of Horrors, which is easy when you have the fucking Dungeon Master's Guide to it, but whatever, the adventure module, and then you got to beat Asurek, the final boss of that adventure module in Joust. The second challenge is you got to word for word mirror
games.
the what?
War Games.
Yeah, mirror the opening of War Games. Is it just...
Yeah, you gotta do the whole movie.
Oh, is it the whole movie?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta do the whole movie of War Games, which would have been fucking awesome. Like a 10-hour movie where it's just these people recreating War Games.
It's The Shining in the movie.
Oh, is it?
But it's not really The Shining. It's just the world of The Shining.
Okay.
So certain things happen in that world. In the mansion of The Shining.
Okay.
So you don't have to actually do the movie inside of the movie.
Okay. And the third one is Rush. He has to play like it's something to do with Rush, where he has to play.
That's how you find the planet. I'm iffy on what the actual key is in the third one. I forget.
So the third key is inside. I'll better look it up because
That would have been a boring ass movie, though.
It would. It's more exciting in the book. I understand why they changed it, but I feel like they could have changed stuff to be a bit more faithful. Where instead of generic car race, it could have been like, I don't know, recreating the opening. Like the final battle of Star Wars. You know,
something that would make sense for Halliday to have made.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough, but I still like the spectacle of it in the film. Like, seeing a lot of different vehicles from random franchises do a race is cool.
I think the third key was actually accurate in the movie. It was adventure. the game, the
the
Atari game.
No, it wasn't Adventure. It was oh fuck, what is it? It's not Adventure. It's the one where
I can't remember.
It's the one where you move around on a cylinder and have to shoot. It's almost like Space Invaders, but like you gotta. Fuck, what's that game called? Vector? Was that what it's called?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought it was an
can't remember.
adventure because you get that Easter egg, or was that how he gets the coin?
That's how he gets the coin.
Yeah.
No, he gets the coin from getting a perfect game of Pac-Man.
Oh yeah, right.
I don't know.
Now, see, Adventure, that makes sense.
Adventure is the final key in the movie.
Yeah, that makes sense because Adventure was, if I remember correctly, the first game with an Easter egg.
Yes.
In it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But they find the planet instantly, so there's no Rush lyrics that they have to follow to get to the planet.
That's Van Halen.
Was there a Rush song in the movie? I can't remember.
I don't think so. No.
I know. They did. We're not gonna take it, right? That's how the final battle begins with them playing that song, and then like everyone charges.
Yeah, I think so.
That was in one of the trailers. Blah blah blah. Wait, skip blah 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 blah.
The movie was 80s-esque, but not 80s.
Yeah, and I think it worked because it takes place in the 40s. You know, the ones that are coming, not the ones that we've already passed, because we're getting to that era now in the century where we can't say the number because it sounds like you're talking about the old one, but you're talking about the new one. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess that stuff will still be like niche in the future, but
yeah,
I don't know that it would be the centerpiece for everyone's like spare time.
Yeah.
If they're so anyway, I don't know.
But it made more sense in the book because, Halliday's keys.
So yeah.
I get that.
And the challenges are way more complex in the book. So to get the to unlock the jade, because you get the keys and then you got to unlock the gates. So to get the jade key, he has to solve the adventure game Zork.
Right.
And then the jade gate is a
now.
void comp machine from Blade Runner that he has to pass. And then he has to complete a game of Black Tiger as the character from a first-person perspective, and then uses his knowledge of Rush to acquire the crystal key. After playing Discovery, the third movement from the title track of their album 2112.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah,
great album.
Yeah,
fantastic album.
We should probably move on to like.
I thought you were gonna say we should probably just play that album
for the rest of the
podcast, and immediately get the video taken down or demonetized.
Well, it's already been we're not even monetized.
Oh yeah. Hey Adam.
Yeah.
Are you excited for? Oh shit. Anthem?
Yeah. Well, no. Sorry. Wait. No, I was, and then EA came out with did their EA thing, and now I'm not excited for it anymore. At first I was excited because I'm like, hey, Iron Man suits in an alien planet fighting big monsters and shooting missiles and lasers and stuff. I'm down with that. And then they're like, it's actually Destiny, and I'm like, God damn it.
Well, would you be excited for potentially more Mass Effect or Dragon Age?
I'd be excited for more Mass Effect.
You should be excited for Dragon Age too, but I won't hold it against you. You've been heard loud and clear by BioWare.
Good.
Apparently, things are happening behind the scenes, so maybe we'll see more. We'll probably see more Dragon Age before more Mass Effect.
Can I point out how stupid this situation is? So, Mass Effect and Dragon Age, which are two very popular franchises made by a very well-respected publisher that EA knows, and EA knows both those things, and has garnered EA a lot of money and praise in the past. EA saw this and said, what if we stopped making those and made our own thing that's worse in every conceivable aspect? Is that fucking...
Kill that guy.
It looks like the... Johnny Depp's character in Fear and Loathing.
Oh, missed. They lucked out there. There we go.
What, Hunter S. Thompson?
Yeah. This with the shades and the kind of slick back hair, I guess. And so they decided not to do that, and then we're shocked when fans of those franchises...
Yeah, I think EA is finally realizing that all the fans are like, boo! Boo! We don't want
Took
Destiny.
the cotton out of their ears.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. They're like, oh my god, the thing that nobody wanted, that we put a lot of money into, and that kind of killed off other popular franchises that we've had in the past, and has ultimately ruined, helped to ruin our company's public perception to our fans. That was a bad move. It's like, what the fuck were you thinking in the first place? You fucking wank stain.
That was the greatest insult.
What?
A wank stain.
I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking.
Hey, let's not support our new Mass Effect game that desperately needs support right now.
Yeah.
Let's not support that at all.
Let's make this other thing.
And just move all focus on to this other thing that nobody wants.
And the worst thing is, genuinely, I would be genuinely excited for Anthem if EA didn't have its grubby fucking fingerprints all over the fucking thing. Like, if Anthem...
I don't think Anthem would even exist without...
No, but, like, okay, like, let's just say, instead of Mass Effect Andromeda,
Yeah.
BioWare was like, we're done with Mass Effect, what are we going to do next? How about we do, like, this kind of survival mech game where you're piling Iron Man suits around this big open world environment, and you get to customize your suit, and you unlock new weapons and gear and stuff for it as you go along, and there's like a kind of a mystery surrounding the planet. But like, fucking A, I'm down for that. Hell yeah. And like, imagine how cool that game would be, shooting missiles out at giant dragons, or like whatever the hell, finding the secret long lost tech buried deep within the heart of this planet. And then, you know, that sounds like a cool fucking game that I want to get behind. But then EA comes in and is like, well, actually, it's got to be monetized out the ass. And
Monetized, always online, multiplayer only, garbage.
The loot boxes.
You should just play Warframe, Adam.
No story. I've heard good things about Warframe.
Warframe is the game you're describing now.
The only thing about Warframe is I'm not a huge fan of the art style.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but after seeing the dog shit that Anthem is going to be and how terrible Destiny is, I'm just like, well, I guess Warframe is all I got, so I'll give that a shot. Not
You
a bad
like
game.
The Division?
Yeah, I like the
That's
Division.
essentially that type of game.
Yeah, but I want customizable Iron Man suits. I want that game. Give me the Division, but Iron Man. I'll play the shit out of that.
So yeah. Apparently,
Adam, when you watch a zesty trailer on YouTube, do you enjoy it when you get a pre-trailer teaser?
No, I fucking hate it. So it's not even in like the Venom trailer is the most recent example, but a lot of other trailers do this, where it'll be like, it'll like have like, the Venom trailer is starting now, and then the Venom trailer will play, but it'll show like clips from the trailer that you're about to watch. It's like a 5-second ad of the thing that you're already watching, except it's not even an ad, it's just in the front of the trailer. Like, I already clicked on the Venom trailer to watch the Venom trailer. You don't gotta sell me on this. The title sold me on the video. That's why I'm watching it. You don't gotta wet my whistle with anything.
It's because most of the audience only watches the first 2 or 3 seconds of a video. You have to hook those people within those first 3 seconds,
but they don't even do
or
a
they'll
good
click
job.
Out.
It doesn't even. Then fuck those people. They don't deserve to watch
Yes,
the movie.
but that's like 80% of the
Then
audience.
kill them. I don't give a fuck.
80% of the audience is so stupid that they click on a video that says Venom trailer, and if they don't get the entire thing for that trailer in those first 3 seconds, they'll click away.
This TLDR bullshit that has become society. Like, oh, nice dodge, but that guy, you punted him on the ground. Where you get like,
You just blow his brains out here.
Like,
yeah, I'll get less money.
Take a second, read, take a bit of time, and sit down and like absorb something longer than 3 minutes. I find, like, now obviously there's some stuff out there that, like, I'm not a huge fan, you know, that, like, it's long and I'm not a huge fan of, but at the same time, like, I love reading books, I love watching long movies. I will say that I found that my attention span has gotten worse over the years, and it's probably because of the YouTube short and medium meme, and I'm trying to bring myself out of that, but bring yourself out of it. It's so stupid. It'd be like going to McDonald's and be like, we're gonna give you your fries now, but as a little taste, here's a few fries right now. The others will be out in about 5 seconds. I mean, like what?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Just stop doing it. And it's only movies that do it. I've never seen a game trailer do that.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if they don't start.
Oh yeah, they're here. Oh, Anthem. Oh, we gotta tease the teaser for Anthem.
Like
Make them fucking money.
As
I
backwards.
hope that becomes a GIF.
As backwards as a lot of stuff is in the gaming industry, it's miles ahead of almost everything else.
Yeah.
Because like you look at like movies and like streaming for film and all that stuff, like Netflix kind of set a precedent for how that shit should kind of be. But at the same time, it's like the DRM on movies all over the place is ridiculous.
It's almost like people don't like being fucked about when
just let me watch a fucking movie.
User like
all right.
like media consumption. That guy tripped up over the door.
You gotta watch 47 ads before you watch a movie, Aaron.
Yeah.
Don't you know anything?
And then a trailer for the thing you're about to watch.
Yeah.
Do you remember, like, at least back in the day with VHS, you could just fast forward through all that, but with DVDs, it's like, oh, it's prohibited by
Why can't new movies just be streamable day one? Like, that would be like having to go to a theater or some other building in order to play a game for the first, like, 6 months it's available.
Yeah.
Like, just let me just have it in my house. It's so stupid.
I would pay $50 if it meant
I would pay
to go
double
to a theater to watch a movie.
I
Absolutely.
love going to movie theaters because I love seeing it on the big screen, but I hate everything else involved with going to a movie theater. Particularly the rest of the audience. Like, oh, geez, man, that dinosaur sniffing. He's sniffing him out. Those guys better be careful. That dinosaur sniffing.
People talking, people who stink, people throwing up, people turbo flinging their chairs back and smashing their legs.
Like this.
Ow!
That actually hurt.
There's no
Shaking
fucking
your-
leg room.
People going to the bathroom like in the middle of a movie, like the part like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker are duking it out on Bespin. He's about to say something like major, and a guy like, "Excuse me, I can't possibly be expected to hold my piss for any iota longer than I already have. This is the most opportune time I could pick for my bladder's personal fucking preferences, and y'all best take a loving look at my fucking ass as it walks right in front of your fucking face. Now get the fuck out of my way, and you better make room on the way back for me too."
He says that to every person in the aisle.
You can hear that speech like 40 times. As
Yeah,
he,
I
as he
heard you.
walks
Just
down.
go.
And he's on the very left end of the theater, but he walks all the way to the right.
Yeah.
Just like 20 times.
And don't forget kids with like Cheeto fingers that wipe their hands off on your knees as they walk by.
I will say, last movie
Should
we
have sued
went
that
to,
kid for sexual harassment or something.
Yeah.
the last movie that we went to, I can't even remember what it was. I think it might have been Jurassic World, where we were sitting down in the theater, and then the kid next to us, we hear him or the ripping of a bag of Skittles, and then we hear. It's all the Skittles gonna fall to the floor, and it was fucking hilarious.
I was genuinely surprised he didn't start crying. Like
Yeah.
we didn't hear actual crying in the theater. I was surprised. Shoot
Yeah.
him.
I mean, I gun butted him in the face and he died.
He's not dead. He's faking.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
We'll see how fake he is in it. There we go.
Oh my nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hey, what
movie
else is
experiences
on?
are terrible.
Apparently, Stardew Valley is getting a multiplayer.
Already has it, I think.
It was in beta. I guess it's officially.
I think it's
launching.
officially it's officially official now.
I mean, it worked pretty damn good for a beta, so that's cool.
Have you played multiplayer with it?
I have, yep. I played quite a bit of it.
Stardew Valley is the
Like Harvest
It's
Moon.
like Harvest Moon.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's good. It's a
I've
good
heard
game.
only good things.
The
Yeah.
multiplayer works quite well. I was kind of thinking that like the other players would kind of piggyback off you, and you would like they would help you contribute to the quest. Mm-hmm. But the way it works is like everyone is separate. So like they own their own house, they can get married, they can go off and do their own quest. They're kind of like they can contribute to you because I think all your money pools.
So it's
But,
more like a Minecraft server,
More or less,
where
yeah.
it's just persistent and like.
In a way, yeah.
Do you have to start a new game with multiplayer?
I think you
Or
can,
can you
carry.
bring in your character?
I
should
yeah,
do
I
that.
don't know that you can. You can't
Stardew
like.
Valley.
I don't think you can carry your house over. I think all the stuff that you do is per per game, but I think you can use your character for
Right
another
on.
game. So you
Stardew
carry over
Valley's
your
not
upgrades
really
and
my
stuff.
thing, but yeah, it looks good.
It's cool. It's a good game. It's alright.
There's a Steam flash sale.
Well, not. Rumor is that Steam Flash sales will be making a return.
Cool.
Did they leave?
Yeah, so Flash sales weren't a thing for a while.
No.
So it was like every Wednesday they would have sales or something, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
So the guy in charge of the marketing, or maybe not marketing, some social thing involved with Valve, tweeted out something that is leading people to suspect that Flash sales may be coming back. So hopefully they are.
Hopefully. I have no stake in that. I really don't care either way. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I hope you don't want to watch the original Star Wars movies on any streaming service and possibly any new release for a while.
Why?
Because Turner, which is a company, bought the rights to the original Star Wars distribution and all
I was
that a
gonna
while
say,
back.
How the fuck did they get those from Disney? Like, can you imagine Disney fucking up that hard? Just like Mickey Mouse wakes up in the morning and just like read this comic. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're like, hey Disney, can we buy the rights for Star Wars?
Yeah,
yes. Oh shit! No, wait. Can I? Fuck.
No, you said it. No take backs. And they
Fuck.
look at the judge like, come on, judge. He's like, no take backs. That's a rule.
Yeah.
You said no take backs.
God
Anyway,
damn it.
Can I at least get my shiny Charizard back? No take backs. It's
Anyways,
the worst deal.
so the OG Star Wars, the original trilogy, is not available. Won't be available for any streaming until 2024.
So no
Well.
streaming or like physical distribution.
I only read streaming, but it makes sense for physical distribution as well, because otherwise
They should
I
have
would have
Crowbar,
I
yeah.
would think that these things would have been released by now.
By original, you mean? Like,
I mean, episode 4, 5, and 6.
okay, I already
I'll
have
be
them on.
dead
I
by
already have
then.
them on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray, so I'm covered there.
Okay, but a lot of people were hoping for a
Like a
like
original-
despecialized edition.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that as well. Why aren't they? So they bought the rights for these. Is this a company just EA? Where like, let's have the exclusive right for Star Wars related media in our industry. What are we gonna do with it, Tom? Well, I figured we just sit on the license and waste the millions of dollars that we spent acquiring it, and we turn out a shitty thing every once in a while, and then blow the rest on fucking.
That'd be amazing if they spent more than the actual value of Star Wars just on the distribution rights of the original trilogy.
Yeah. But like it's fucking stupid. Like EA has had the exclusive right to make Star Wars games since what 2014, and they produced two shitty.
I think they had it since like 2012 or something.
Even
2013.
worse. Even worse.
Well,
And-
it means we have fewer years of them owning it. I think they only have the rights for 10 years.
yeah,
Good.
but still, like they've done nothing with it. Can you imagine if they gave this to like, Ubisoft? We'd have like 1,000 Star Wars games out.
We
by
would have
now.
at least 2 games a year.
Yeah, which I'm not saying is better, but
At least one of them by the end of it would have been good.
yeah. Why not? Here's the thing with Star Wars. Not every Star Wars game needs to be a big epic production. You could do like an indie thing. Maybe like an RPG. Or like, I don't know, some sort of racing game. Pod Racer was quite popular. You could do that. Or maybe even, I don't know, like re-release some of the old games as like a remaster.
Well, I mean, getting the rights to old games is probably...
That would be acknowledging that Star Wars before Disney actually existed.
Oh my god.
Does Disney own the rights to all the Star Wars games? Because like they own LucasArts and they made
I don't
a lot
know if
of
they
them.
own the right. I would assume they own the rights to it all, but I'm not sure they can actually sell anything. I don't know. That's a good question. In other news, Disney has made the original trilogy non-canon, so
Don't
don't worry about it.
I've seen like I can't even process like how many different like little you don't even they could do like a double A thing with all the Star Wars games. Bring back Rogue Squadron, bring back Republic Commando, and kind of update it to kind of fit with the new canon and stuff. Bring back, I don't know, make it like a Jedi Knight, get BioWare to make a fucking Star Wars game again. They did well with the last time they made those games. I don't know, what else could we do?
BioWare's come out and said that while they would like to make a Star Wars game,
they're not allowed. They don't have time.
Nobody should expect that from them right now.
No, and I don't, because they're too busy making Anthem, because that's what everybody wanted. Remember when EA bought Star Wars and said, now we can either get one of our in-house RPG makers who have not only made some of the most popular games that our company has ever produced, but have also previously made two of the highest rated and highest grossing Star Wars games ever. Do we want them to make a Star Wars game? No! Iron Man mech suit Destiny. Okay, champ, we'll get right on that. I have no,
remember when Visceral Games, along with the writer of the first 3 Uncharted games, were making this single-player Uncharted-esque Star Wars heist game?
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Oh wait, no, it's canceled. Never mind.
This shit. Remember Star Wars 1313, which they could have easily just kind of taken over production of?
Yeah.
That's canceled.
Oh, but that was about Boba Fett. I like Boba Fett.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of people like Boba Fett. You'd think there'd be a lot of money in that.
Yeah, but no.
Oh.
Not enough money. Remember Battlefront? Those 2 really popular Star Wars games?
I love Battlefront 1
Yeah,
and 2.
they ruined those. They're terrible, because the first one was rushed and the second one was like just microtransactions and loot boxes.
The first one was Rust.
What?
Did you say the first one was Rust?
Rush.
No, you're thinking of Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Right. Remember the Rogue Squadron games? Those really cool fighter pilot games that were
Yeah, those are great games.
Yeah, they're not making those.
Oh, what about Jedi Knight?
No.
What about an Empire at War sequel?
Nope.
Oh, jeez.
Not getting that either.
But what about...
No. See, what we're doing, we have the guys behind Command & Conquer, which is one of the most popular RTS games ever made. They're making a mobile game!
Oh, but is it Command & Conquer?
No, well, it is, kind of. But it's like Command & Conquer. But what we did is we took Command & Conquer and we took it out in front of its children and slit its throat right in front of the fuckers and tore its face off, and now we got fucking Flappy Birds wearing the face.
Sweet.
What is EA doing over there? Is it the blind leading the blind? Are the fucking inmates running the asylum? We're all mad here.
Oh, nice. You got a tomahawk.
Yeah, I got a stone tomahawk. Yeah.
I guess I'll just go back to my, Dragon's Breath shotgun and Silence 50 cal sniper rifle.
Well, see, the thing is, if you kill 25 people with this weapon in this game, then you unlock this weapon and Rampage mode in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh, Rampage
so, whatever that is.
My, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Okay. That's alright.
The Peace Council has located your tomahawk.
I just want to see how
It's in
many
the future.
studios. Well, okay, so they had Visceral Games, which could have made like a third-person thing. It wouldn't even have to be horror. Oh, kind of horror Star Wars game would be interesting. They could have just made like a Nathan Drake kind of thing. That would have been fine. We had DICE that could have made an excellent Battlefront game. They botched that. We had BioWare could have made a great RPG. They've botched that. We've had the guys who made Command & Conquer. They're making mobile games. Botch that. No RTS game. We could have got some of the people working for DICE, because honestly, what the best part about Battlefront 2 was the Starfighter controls. They were the best fighter controls I've ever seen for consoles. Mm-hmm. Fucking beautiful. Imagine that, but just all I want is a Rogue Squadron game, but with those controls. And we're not gonna get it because it's E-fucking-A!
Can you imagine how great a Rogue Squadron game would look using that engine?
Oh my god, it would look fucking fantastic. It wouldn't even need to be like super fucking spectacular. It wouldn't need
They
to
could
be
just take the assets from Battlefront.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have to actually make anything new.
No. I mean, they could add like a couple of new starfighters in, but not like even
the
then.
The most we would get is like a Rogue Squadron DLC.
Oh.
It would be like one level, and that would be it.
Imagine a Rogue Squadron where in between missions you would walk around like the
bases.
The base.
That'd be
ship.
sweet.
That's yeah.
And like interact, like bring it back to Wing Commander.
It'd be like Ace Combat, but Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Nope, not doing that. Imagine like a racing game, Pod Racer. Get the guys.
That would be acknowledging the prequels exist.
Well, they're doing that apparently. One thing we didn't put on the list.
I mean,
we talked about.
They did put
week.
prequel stuff in Battlefront 2, though.
Oh yeah.
So they do acknowledge them sometimes.
Oh, it's so fucking
I bet
frustrating.
EA did all that when Disney wasn't like looking.
Yeah.
They're like,
They
look at all
acknowledged
this
the
prequel
Clone
stuff
Wars,
we
but
made.
not Episode 1.
Yeah,
'cause
true that.
Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Pod racing was like the best part of that movie.
They should remake Super Bombad Racing.
Shut your fucking mouth.
That just fucking honestly, just play the first pod racing game on PC. Is really good.
Yeah.
But how can you imagine a
The
pod
controls
racing
hold up
game,
really
but
well.
with like Forza's graphics?
Yeah, I mean, I want that. I would also love a VR mode so I can vomit. It would be great.
Just got this Aaron screaming at his monitor.
That would be awesome though, like a super realistic.
Yeah.
Well, realistic in terms of Star Wars, but like have every part of the pod racer interactable.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like be able to flip a lot of the switches.
A
and
pod
stuff.
racing
Aaron's
sim,
freaking out
basically.
because all he hears from behind him is dunk 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 dunk.
Oh man, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd play the feces out of that.
A lot of people would. There's like a big untapped market here
Yeah,
that EA is not.
there's like 1,000 untapped markets.
Yeah.
It'd be like if Square Enix, with their like license of Marvel of Marvel video games, only produced one Iron Man game, and it was like a card battling game, and it was shit. And then it came out with a sequel, and that was it. Like, what are you doing? You could have like a role playing game. You could have like an adventure game. You could have like a third person.
They'll kill her. No.
Jesus Christ!
Jeez.
Oh, Hatchet Rampage mode.
Wait, why do you hit Hatchet Rampage?
Also, she didn't react.
oh
Holy
my god.
fuck. She didn't react what I thought she would. She just kind of stood there as you kind of came at her with the hatchet.
Okay.
These guys aren't reacting at all.
Man,
Man, what are you doing to the gay quarter?
It's a...
This is a hate crime is what this is.
They call it the gay quadrant.
Yeah, only now does she start running away.
They
Okay,
call
she
it the
gave up.
queerdrant.
Yeah. Oh my god. How cool would that be, though? Just all of those games that we could have.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
Anyway, we gotta move on because I'm gonna like devolve, like melt to the couch. With
Well, you want to get even more depressed, Adam?
What?
You know that the team that made Battlefront and Battlefront 2 are now not working on Battlefront. They're working on another Medal of Honor game. Or
Really?
another Battlefront game, or one of the two. Yeah, because they alternate.
You mean Battlefield?
Why not get
Whatever.
your core?
Yeah, Battlefield.
Why not have like a core like team that work? And wasn't the point?
Are they
hang
not
on.
making any more Star Wars?
They are, but they alternate every other year.
But why though? Nobody's asking for Medal of Honor.
Or Battlefield. One of the two.
Nobody's asking for Battlefield. Have two teams.
I'm pretty sure Medal of Honor is dead.
Probably. I meant to say Battlefield.
Yeah.
What's next on the fucking topic list?
Hey, have either of you seen Fargo?
Nope.
The show, not the movie?
No,
I've
I haven't seen either.
Yeah.
You should. It's great TV. Season 4 has been confirmed, and it will star Chris Rock, surprisingly.
What? Sorry, I can't even go that high.
I appreciate the attempt.
Yeah, blew out my vocal cords. He's like, my vocal cords like, hang on, what is he doing? Oh no, Chris Rock! Pull the plug. What would you do if you were driving down the streets of LA and you just saw some blonde woman go up with a bone tomahawk? Just,
It's not a hate crime if I kill everybody.
you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, so great. Each season is a different story. So
What is it about? Like, is it supernatural or comedy?
no, it's not supernatural. It's a crime drama / thriller / comedy.
All right. Cool.
Like it's not funny, but it's funny in a really dark way.
Oh, okay.
It's more so just
Like me killing all these people.
kind of. Yeah. Kind of.
And
But
her.
each season has its own setting and characters and everything. Although
Jesus.
all the stories
Oh,
take
shit.
place in the Minnesota, North Dakota area.
It is North Dakota.
Oh, dicks.
I know Fargo is in North Dakota,
Yeah.
but it's in the Midwest, I guess.
Yeah.
Or is that the Midwest?
Yeah. I also think that's the Midwest.
It's in that area.
You know, the rolling death rattles of American society. And the orange goiter down there is not helping matters. I fucking hate that man.
Who?
I'm not a big fan of Donald Trump.
Oh.
I'm just saying it now. I guess moving on from that, Life is Strange 2. Got a
He's
teaser.
a great asshole.
Fair enough, I guess.
I'm sure people that he pays like him.
I'm not getting into politics.
You brought him up.
I did. I'm dropping him. Aaron.
It's not very nice.
Aaron, you must be excited for this. The teaser looked good. It showed a cop getting blown away by Palpatine or whatever, doing like unlimited power, and he got blown across the street.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I guess they're doing another Super Friends or whatever.
Yeah, because her power is temporal, just like fucking about, right?
Max.
Oh, what if
Max,
Life
I mean,
is
right?
Strange Season 2 is the equivalent of the Stranger Things Season 2 with the Super Friends? That Super Friends episode.
I hope not.
Humanity hopes not.
I hope it's like
Was that not a good episode?
if it's not going to be.
Have you seen Stranger Things Season 2?
No.
Oh. There's a bad episode.
Okay.
If Max and Chloe, well, there's a couple. Well, yeah,
Wait, which one is
There's
Chloe?
one predominantly bad episode.
Yeah.
Which one is Ashley Birch?
Chloe.
Okay. It's Chloe. Chloe doesn't have superpowers, right?
No.
Okay.
If Chloe and Max aren't in it, I hope it's completely unrelated and like somewhere else
More
entirely.
like a spiritual sequel.
Well, it like in the same universe, in the same world as those characters, but about different people and about a different thing.
I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that it's not about Chloe and Max.
Yeah, but I don't want them to like just show up and be like, "Hey, it's Max, cheeky cameo."
Max shows up and like we're gathering
We're
was
building
the
a team
Shield
of Super
line?
Friends.
in Marvel. What did they say?
We're gonna make a lot of money off of this.
We're getting
We're gathering a group of incredible individuals or something.
something like that. Max is starting up a shield.
Max comes in completely bald in the wheelchair.
Yeah,
So just call like a Hella or something.
but what was that game that they released over E3? It was
The
Captain
Captain
Fantastic. Or
Captain
something?
Underpants or something. God damn it.
Yeah, Captain Underpants.
The Amazing Adventures of Captain Spirit or something.
Yeah,
Is that what it
Captain
was?
Spirit.
That was
there you go.
actually the correct title. Holy shit!
Oh,
Did you play it?
no.
I played a bit of it. It's very much like Life is Strange, except I didn't know what to do, so I kind of just shut it down one day and never picked it up again.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it when the second game comes out.
Yeah, I'll pick it up again at some point. It's interesting. I'm not too fond of playing as a child. That's kind of why it didn't hook me as much. But
Like Macaulay Culkin or something.
yeah,
Except, not insane, probably. Maybe he is. He thinks he's in space or something.
Is Macaulay Culkin in it?
No, but he looks like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, fair enough. That'd be awesome though. Macaulay Culkin's the bad guy. Somebody pitched like a movie where it's like two kids and like Home Alone like a remaster, but Macaulay Culkin's the villain, but it's actually just Macaulay Culkin playing himself, and he's like, I need money for meth. The kids have to like beat the shit out of him, and then like a horrible twist of irony, like the movie that ruined this kid's life.
Yeah, it's just him eating pizza or something. Because apparently he loves pizza.
Really cool. I saw something cool about that movie. So you know why Kevin didn't go, like, what wasn't, I know he was forgotten about, but do you know why that was? He was forgotten about at the beginning of the movie. I know it's because they like accidentally roll called.
his
Like,
parents didn't want him.
no, in the scene where they're all eating the pizza and somebody spills a drink, they spill a drink on Kevin's ticket and then they throw it into the garbage by accident, like just with a bunch of the other stuff.
But that explains him not having a ticket. It doesn't explain him not going.
Yeah, no, it doesn't really, like, it's just a small little nod.
Kevin's ticket's not here. Better leave him at the house.
Oh, I thought you said they spilled milk on Kevin's tit.
I watched a show called Final Space. That's on Netflix.
What's that about?
So it's an animated TV show, but it's not a comedy. It's more in the vein of like Avatar, where it's just a really it's like a really well told story that it happens to be a cartoon. It's not like, I don't know, this is like supposed to be Futurama or something. Now there are it is a funny show. Mm-hmm. Like there are funny moments in it. It's not a comedy by any means, but it's just a really well written show. It's about this guy named Gary, who in the first episode, while trying to impress a chick, blows up an entire fleet of vessels, and ends up serving a 5-year sentence, going around the galaxy repairing remote monitoring stations for stuff. And he ends up encountering this life form that forms an immediate bond with him, but this life form has the ability to destroy entire planets. It's super powerful.
Oh yeah, I saw. This is a cartoon.
Yeah. I said it was a cartoon.
Yeah, I only catch every second word you say because I'm tired. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
And it goes on from there. It's the voice acting in this is incredible. The animation is solid across the board. The writing is both its best aspect and its worst, but I don't think the reason that the writing is bad is the fault of the writers. There's only 10 episodes, and you really do get the sense that this was a show that they pitched and were like, all right, we'll make this show, but you only get 10 episodes. And only 10 episodes. And if you don't wow us with 10 episodes, you ain't getting any more for a second season or anything like that. And they're like, shit. So you get the sense they had all these grand ideas for what was supposed to be an intricate plot, and they had to cram it into 10 episodes when I think it was supposed to be originally twice that length. So it's not it's badly written, but there are some parts of it that seem rushed. We only very lightly touch upon the villain's motivations, and we only get that near the end of the first season. And some other parts of it are lightly touched upon as well. Just more world building and lore stuff. That's things are brought up very quickly and then have to be discarded. But they do a really good job with what they have, and it's well paced enough. But you could definitely tell they wanted it to be longer. It is gotten a second season because it originally came out on NBC or something like that, but Netflix has since bought it, and it's gotten insanely popular on Netflix. And
so are they getting another season or whatever?
Yeah, and it's now been slated.
Maybe they shouldn't have rushed it, because now they got more time.
But maybe if
maybe
they didn't, would it have been as
better.
good?
Well, no, it's still really good. I would highly recommend watching it. There's some genuinely shocking moments that you wouldn't expect happen. In the second episode, there's a thing that happens, or in the third episode it might be. There's a thing. No, sorry, it is the second episode. There's a thing that happens that kind of minorly sets the tone, and then later on in episode 5 or 6 something else happens and that really radically shifts the tone, and it's such a great moment because it makes it takes it from this is just a silly cartoon show to be oh fuck, they're fucking serious about this. And I don't know, it's just really, really great. It's kind of it feels very similar to Guardians of the Galaxy in that it's a bunch of random guys coming together to save the universe from an unstoppable force. But it's a very lovable show. The characters are great. They nail everybody's characterizations right away. So you instantly know this is how Gary acts, and this is how Hugh acts, and stuff like that, or Mooncake. And the only thing, that's the name of a little cute alien that has the ability to destroy planets. The reason he's called Mooncake comes up later, and it's actually really tragic. No, seriously.
This is a dumb name as a tragic backstory.
But it's really, really good. I would highly recommend watching it. It's only 10 episodes, 22 minutes long. I binged it in an afternoon.
Oh, is this a cartoon on Netflix?
And I guess the final thing that we got to talk about is apparently the new Spyro game is going to be even though it's going to get a physical release, the physical release is only going to contain, I think, the first game, right? That was the news that we got?
I think it's already out.
Or I don't give a fuck. You can't give me anything to
Just
work
end
with
it.
there.
Just end it there.
Oh man! All right, well, I guess that's it then. Whatever. Who cares? That's this podcast. That's this DLC or whatever. It's hard to call. Is it DLC anymore if it's added to the game for free? I guess
it's downloadable content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
it is literally downloadable.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like DLC is I don't know. I guess it's kind of
Oh,
different.
have you tested out any of the new DJs? Are there any new DJs?
There is a new one, but it costs $100,000 to rebook,
Oh.
and I didn't want to spend that money right away. But apparently, it's not bad because every time you rebook a DJ, the previous DJs you've booked only cost $10,000, which is how much your club makes because your popularity meter goes back up when you rebook.
Yeah.
So.
Is that why there's not a lot of people on your dance floor now?
Yeah, I've just let the popularity drop down.
I was thinking on the earlier today, it'd be cool if you could DJ. Like, you could pick a song list, and you could go up there and you know...
From like 3 blocks away, you just hear...
Well, the song would have to be in the game.
Yeah,
and like it's similar to the dancing controls, you would control the mixing on the station, cool. And you could make money that way.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool.
It'd be cool if you could, like DJ in someone else's club.
Yeah.
Hire a player.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Cool way to make money.
Yeah, do that, you assholes at Rockstar.
All right, well,
give me my entitled shit.
That'd be cool actually, because then like as a player, you could have like a DJ level or something. Like if you get really good at DJing, the more money you make, it like gives you a level. And
and like the more requested you are.
Yeah, and then so the higher your level, the more popularity you bring to a club.
Yeah.
So it'd be beneficial to hire players that are good.
They won't do that though.
He just keeps playing the rude Sandman.
That'd be cool. Anyway, I'm having fun with this. It's a good.
Did Darude ever
DLC.
make anything else?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess that was it. Anyway.
Remixes of Sandstorm.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching.
I'll see you next time.
Yep.